Yes, people. What's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. I got my guy Gunnar Souls in the building today, and we are complete two polar opposites at this moment in time. I am absolutely fuming with the referee decision that took place at the end of the game with the handball. I thought it was a handball on Matty Cash. We're gonna get into that. I also thought Gabriel Jesus was disallowed a penalty shot right there when he got his leg kicked in the back of his leg, and that was absolute BS. I couldn't believe my eyes that those two decisions went the way that they did. In addition to that, we did not create enough chances. We didn't do enough on the day. You can definitely say that Aston Villa shocked us, but it wasn't like Aston Villa outplayed us. It wasn't like Aston Villa created a plethora of chances and destroyed us. They took their goal, and you know what? They held on to the lead, and they didn't need to play for too much more. And good on them. But from my perspective, we absolutely had a decent enough performance to capitalize. We just could not finish our dinner in the final third. I was fuming that we could not finish our dinner. I am so upset that we couldn't get the final opportunity to get at least, because I knew the moment we got a goal, there was an opportunity for us to come back into this and win it. But we just couldn't break that goal. We couldn't get the floodgates open. And you know what? You can look at the overall team performance. You can look at Odegaard missing the two chances. You can look at everything, but it comes back to those two shouts for me. The referee shout in a game, the small margins where you lose 1-0, similar to how we lost against Newcastle. You look at the small margins, the referee decision doesn't go your way, and it can cost you the goddamn league, let alone one game. And I'm absolutely beside myself. People gaslighting us, talking about Unai Emery had a good game. Aston Villa had a great game. What the hell are they talking about? Aston Villa didn't do anything after they scored their goal. They just sat back, and yes, they had to. But I don't know what I expect from them, regardless. But yeah, bro, I'm just pissed. What are you saying, man? Talk to me. I don't even know.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think we were robbed. We robbed ourselves. I'm going to be completely honest. We can talk about VAR. We can talk about the two moments, but the reality of the matter is the attackers more than anything weren't good enough. You know, that for me all it was a masterclass defensive performance from our attackers for Aston Villa. You know, they were brilliant defenders today. They didn't do anything. And this is why, like, you know, everyone's gotten on to me this season for getting onto the players, especially because Saka, the likes of Gabriel Martinelli. Jesus has been injured for time, but obviously when he's come back, I've been critical of him. Why I've been saying we need a striker. Why I've been saying we need someone like Victor Osimhen to come in. So for me, right, it's a case of, this is why I say, like, GA can only take you so far. But when your overall performances are poor, when you really need something to come from nothing, they can't do it. For me, like, yes, Bukayo Saka might have had a good game overall. You know, Martinelli might have run at his defenders a bit more. But the reality of the matter is there was too many chances that were missed. We can sit here and we can talk about VAR, but will we be talking about VAR if we converted those chances? Let's say, for example, 2 of those chances were converted and we win 2-1. We wouldn't be sitting here and going, we were robbed, because we did what we needed to do. And the reality of the matter is, for me, I feel like we deflect too much and we blame VAR too much. I'm not saying VAR is perfect. I'm not saying the referees are perfect. Yes, they have their flaws. Yes, they're imperfect. Yes, you know, they are inconsistent. I'm not sitting there and saying they were bad or good decisions. But if we score our chances, we wouldn't even care. And that's the mentality we need to get into. We ain't going to win the league if we're going to blame VAR. That for me is 100% the case. If we're going to sit here and go, because of VAR, because of this, that's the main reason we lost. I'm not saying you're not talking about the chances missed. I'm not saying you're not talking about the performance, but you do want to blame VAR more than the players. And for me, if that's your mentality, we're not winning the league. It's as simple as that. If that's how the players feel, we ain't winning the league. We can forget about the league.
But bro, how can you
say? Let me charge you in again. 1 second.
Okay, no worries. Bro, how can you sit here and say, do you not acknowledge what the hell just happened, Souls? You're my guy, but what are we doing here? That's a clear penalty. He kicks him in the back of his ankle, bro. How the hell is he supposed to control possession of the ball when he's getting his leg kicked? How is he supposed to control possession of the ball?
He had a chance later on and he tried to control the ball. He couldn't control it. So regardless of him being fouled, he couldn't do it anyway.
Forget about that. You cannot control a ball when somebody's kicking you. Same way, when you have a goalkeeper trying to collect the ball, if you move his arm, he can't collect the ball. So how the hell is this not being given? And then you go to the handball.
It's not a robbery, though.
Bro, this is clearly a penalty. This is clearly a penalty. This is clearly a penalty. There's nothing you can tell me. When the ball is coming straight down to you to collect the ball and you're trying to control the possession with your foot, if somebody kicks the same foot you're trying to control the ball with, that is clearly impeding the player's ability to control the possession of the ball. That is clearly a penalty. That is in the
Still not
box.
robbed, though.
That is a penalty. If you want me to show you another angle,
That's fine. Yeah, show me as many angles
look
as you
at,
want.
today alone, Kwanzaa got a card, for that. And this is, look at his leg. Look at his leg. Can you not see where his leg is? He
That's
fully
not. Okay,
has
give that a penalty.
his leg
I'm
wrapped
still not
around
saying-
his ankle. What
Still not a robbery.
here?
It's still not a robbery.
Bro, that is clearly a penalty. If they gave the penalty,
If they give it or they don't give it, that's not my point. That's not. I don't care. I really don't care whether the VAR is on our side or it wants to be completely against us.
Bro, can you not see that this is clearly a robbery?
No. Even
We
if
were robbed
it
of a
is,
penalty.
I don't think we were robbed.
We were
Because
robbed of a penalty.
No.
We
Our
robbed of a
players robbed
penalty.
us of a win. No. The reality is our players robbed us of a win.
Bro, we could talk about the players.
Well, Egal, I'm telling you now, if the players have your mentality, fuck the league. We ain't winning it. I'm telling you now, we ain't winning shit.
Hello.
What's good? So, what's good, Ersan? Listen,
bro,
we'll talk about the players. We'll talk about everything. Just get this over and done with first. Can we not agree that this is clearly a penalty, bro?
Can I?
Can we not agree that this is clearly a penalty, bro?
Even if it is, I don't care. Yes, if it is, no, it isn't. That's not my problem. I don't have a problem with it.
Why are you letting the referee decisions not even be spoken about? Like, I get it. You want to talk about the overall performance.
Yeah, but this is what. Can I say something?
Right? No, every single team in the league, right, has decision go their way and go against them. What you need to learn is to win games without the referee's impact.
How many times have we done that with the referees? Let me learn here. Yeah, I thought the referee, like, people say, we missed our chances. That's the biggest load of baloney, because those players don't try to inadvertently, by purpose, miss those chances. It happens in a game of football. Sometimes you could not play well and win a game where you feel like, okay, cool. But when the decision is going against you, every game now, every away game we have a decision that goes against us. And we've won the majority of those away games against Palace, against Everton, against Luton. The amount of decisions, the penalties, fouls that were meant to go our way that have not been given. We are entitled to feel like the referees, PGML, every single referee is against us. Yeah. Sure, Jesus, Saka, Egal missed a couple of opportunities. But even if we had scored those, PGMOL, the referees would have looked at any excuse not to give that a goal. And they've been doing that time after time after time after time. How many times do they go out, kick our players, Saka, kick our players, Egal, and then when we kick our player back, it's a yellow card. It's not down to just missing opportunities, because it's live. We're not going to score every shot we get. But the referees know what they're doing. They can see what they're doing. Every opportunity it's subjective. How can you give that a penalty in the Crystal Palace Liverpool game after 1 minute and 45 seconds of deliberation? But a clear-cut penalty on Gabriel Jesus, that is not given a penalty. And even then, it's not the first time they've done it. Newcastle, they've done it. Everton are offside that wasn't an offside, and a clear foul and a build-up to Martinelli. Or a clear... Crystal Palace, Tomiyasu getting a yellow card for taking a throw-in, taking too long when it was Kai Havertz, but then getting sent off for a little tug on Ayew. The same Ayew, by the way, that made 2 fouls the whole game against Liverpool, and that's a red card when it wasn't. It wasn't. Then you look at it last season. Arsenal won, Southampton won in their ground. How many times did Jesus get brushed in a side? Bodied in the face, punched in the face, pulled down for a penalty. Nothing was given. And people will sit there and say, we weren't robbed, we missed our opportunities. But they intentionally know what they're doing. And we react to it as Arsenal fans defending our team. It's a disgrace what these referees are doing week in, week out. I used to be in favour of VAR. But the referees are sucking the soul out of the Premier League. They're sucking the soul of the enjoyment of the game. I'm fed up of it.
1 second. Big up protocol. Man's out here making fun of Arsenal, saying much love, big up souls. Big up protocol.
Thank you for letting me rant, by the way. I appreciate it. So I'm angry.
And can we just get one thing over the line? Souls, can we agree on one thing? we will talk about the performance and individual players, guaranteed. But can we just get one thing over the line? This right here. And this one here. I'm more upset about this. I think this is clear and obvious evidence that there should have been a penalty. Why would they not give this as a penalty? Souls, you disagree with me and you think that it's not a penalty. Why?
I don't. I've not said that. I said I just don't care. It's not. I don't. It's not a talking point for me. I've said it from the beginning.
It's one of the talking points.
Yeah, you can say that. Okay, cool. Yeah, we lost because they didn't give us a penalty. Oh, brilliant. We're not winning the league with that mentality. I can tell you that for a fact.
Did we not lose against Newcastle because they gave a goal that was dodgy?
But that Newcastle game, we deserved the draw.
We can sit here, right, and start blaming. We keep deflecting. Our main focus is always the referees.
But sitting there bashing the players, getting angry at the players, looking at the players.
Oh my God!
As the sole reason why as we lost the game isn't going to help us.
This entire fan base is such losers. Do you know what? I'm actually agreeing with Lee Gunner. The standards of this fan base are in the gutters. We're just happy to be in contention for things.
Nobody's happy, bro. We want to win the league.
We are, man. We are. No, we are. We're happy. We're fucking happy because it's VAR fault, right?
So there's a difference between standards and understanding what took place in the game. You're looking at it from the perspective of the players lost us this game.
Yes, they did.
I'm looking at it and I'm saying, one second. You're telling me this game in where we've made all these chances, you're just saying because we didn't finish them off and we have ourselves to blame and nobody else.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
100%. It's our fault. Who else's fault is it? Did the referee say, "Oh, Odegaard, by the way, if you score this, I'm disallowing it"? They don't fucking do that, man. Let's not bullshit.
They have done that.
They do not let legitimate goals off.
Let's not rule that out.
That's what they've been doing, right? They ruled out Declan Rice's goal, didn't they? They ruled out Declan Rice's against United, didn't they? Because they felt like it. They can't do that, man. Let's be absolutely real. They don't just rule it out.
Okay, so you thought the overall performance was bad?
It was shocking. I'm gonna be real. The first 40 minutes, right? We couldn't even pass to each other. I don't even know what was Arteta banned from the training ground as well. Because I know he was banned from the touchline. Fair enough, innit? But was he banned from training these players? Because we couldn't string a pass together. Even Saliba caught the gene at one point. He made a pass in between Raya and Gabriel and gave a corner away. I was like, what?
But it happens, man.
Yeah. Rice had a few opportunities. Jesus crossing that. Where are these balls going? You're not passing it to your own players. And that mounts pressure. That's why we couldn't get control or a grip hold of this game. Is because we lost our foundations today. Yes, we created those chances. Yes, we created a plethora of opportunities. But we didn't take them. That's what lost us the game overall. We wouldn't talk about the referees if we converted one or two of those goals. That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking to our bench, right? And I just don't see many game changers. I see Trossard, and that's it. I don't see any game changers on our bench. Like, our injury list as well. But we need to buy. We need to buy in January, and we need to buy game changers in January.
You know what we're going to do in January? We're not going to buy a striker. Let's be honest. We all know this. So everybody here, we know we're not going to go buy a striker in January. We're going to wait until the summer for a striker.
We're literally going to buy defensive cover just because in case Timber re-injures himself again or in case Tomiyasu is out for a long time, we're probably going to get defensive depth.
Okay. So I'm not going to get a straight answer from Souls on that because he doesn't want to even talk about the referee decisions. So let's talk about the game then. Overall, first half, I felt like we did enough. We should have scored. We should have at least had one goal in the first half. Martin Odegaard had two clear-cut opportunities and did not take his opportunities. He was very wasteful. We were very wasteful as a team, and we continuously messed up in the final third. If I could show you guys, we had, forget about possession. We had 8 shots, 4 on target, 2 big chances, and a total of 18 touches in the opponent's box. And we could not finish our goddamn dinner. Now, you could look at that and say, oh, yes, I still believe we got robbed by the referees. But Souls, I can also acknowledge that we were not clinical enough on the day. Doesn't mean the overall performance was shot.
No, it was a bad performance. It was a bad performance.
I don't think it was a bad performance. Yes, we didn't win and we didn't score a goal, but
We definitely didn't deserve to lose that game. 100%. We definitely
did
we
everything
played.
that we needed to do in that game except for slap it into the back of the net. I know that sounds
Now
ridiculous.
we had the ball in the back of the net. We had the ball in the back of the net, not given, because the ball literally hit the Villa player's arm first. So that could have been a penalty, which we could have had a ball in the back of the net. We had a ball in the back of the net, but Saka was adjudged to be an offside. Cool, fair enough. But it's draining because like Jesus has got to take his chances. It's not just Odegaard that missed it. It was Saka that missed a couple of chances
Jesus
as well.
only had one chance. What are we blaming Jesus for?
No. Saka missed the sitter, and then they went on and scored. Right? Cool.
Yeah,
Saka buries that chance. Maybe we go a goal up, and then we're the team sitting back, and we're not allowing Villa to have so much space as we did. For the goals, Zinchenko out of position. It's too easy. Ben White and no man's land. Calm. It was a decent goal from the Villa's perspective, but I felt like we responded really well. We responded all right. We gave our all. We tried. Havertz, again, a solid little improvement. I thought he done okay. I thought Martinelli, end product, not good enough. End product, not good enough. Saka, couple decisions, not taking his chances. Odegaard, missing. I think it's a good, in one hand, I agree, it's a sitter. But on the other hand, it's also a good save. Calm. We got into it. We could have easily scored 2. Second half now, it just felt a little bit flat. And I can't lie, when I'm watching the game, I try to analyze and try to be as unbiased as possible. We did everything we could to try and get a goal. We attacked. We threw on attacking changes. I thought the philosophy of the Arteta, Emery always wants to sit back and defend. And to be fair, some of the Villa defenders, they defended well. The Arsenal defenders defended okay. But we, again, are looking at refereeing decisions as a reason why for if you're not just missing chances, players miss chances all the time. Haaland misses chances all the time. Aguero missed chances. Henry missed chances. Everyone has hitters, man, that misses. It's part of life. But referees, man, the referees know what they're doing. They see it week in, week out. They know what's right. They know what's wrong, and everything's still a debate about them. The Kai Havertz situation, I get why you can not say it's a handball. You say it's a handball and not give the goal, but then. So we literally had the ball in the back of the net and we were wrong. Did we deserve the win? Yeah, I would say we did deserve the win, but we definitely didn't deserve to lose. And the players got to take a lot of confidence from that because it's not easy. It's not easy going to Villa at home, and they are a very good side. They've done very well to be where they are, 15 wins on the trot. But we can't just sit here and just blame everything on defensive mistakes because we just be doing that every game. There's defensive mistakes every game.
Defensively, I don't think we were that bad. Let's be honest.
I agree.
I think Saliba and Gabriel did well. I think Raya saved us from the score being a little bit worse. He made numerous good saves throughout the game. And I'm gonna throw it over to Souls and Matt in a second. But I thought the people who performed bad, Saka had plethora of opportunities to give us an equalizer or a lead, couldn't do it. Where is his right foot? I don't believe he has a right foot because every single one of those goals that he scores is with his left foot. And today on his left foot in the box, easy opportunity for him who usually bears cash money. He couldn't capitalize. That's why I have so much smoke for him and not Jesus and Martinelli because Jesus and Martinelli alone had less chances than Odegaard, less chances than Saka. Saka had the most chances of the game. He did not have his shooting boots on today. Something was off about Saka. Very poor performance from Saka. I don't even give him a 5. I give him less than a 5 out of 10 today because he was shocking. Kai Havertz, you've said it before. If Kai Havertz had a bad game today, people would have got onto him. But today he was doing everything he needed to do. He scored a goal that was disallowed. He created 2 chances. He was everywhere. And this was a game where I didn't even think Kai Havertz was going to be good to play in this game. But once again, he stepped up. Declan Rice stepped up. The midfield was missing one man, and it was Martin Odegaard. The attack, all 3 of them didn't finish their dinner. But Saka, who's supposed to be our best player, we expect more from him. And you guys tell me if you thought any of the defenders were bad, because the only person I'm going to call out is Ben White didn't really help out much today. I don't know.
It's Zinchenko's fault, let's be real, for that goal, more than it was Ben White's.
No. I'm looking at Ben White helping out with the attack. because that whole right side was terrible. Forget if we're going to talk about the goal, I get it. Zinchenko, you guys can crucify him as much as you want. You could even talk about Gabriel if you want. But the reality is, the people I'm going to point out today, I'm looking at Saka, I'm looking at Odegaard, and I'm looking at Ben White. I'm looking at that whole right-hand side, and I'm saying, what were you guys doing for 90 minutes?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Matt,
feel
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I actually thought Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus was two of our best players. Kai Havertz created numerous chances. He was by far our best player, I thought. And I just think Saka needs to stop cutting in. Like, he needs to do something different, because he's now reminding me of what Kulusevski is doing at Tottenham and has been doing at Tottenham for about 2 years, in that he's just cutting in. He's just cutting in. He's not going to the byline much. And what we saw from Saka last season was a mixture of both, which made him unpredictable in what he was going to do. And Saka this season just seems to like cutting in so much for whatever reason. I actually thought Martinelli was decent in that he made so many runs in behind, but no one was playing him through. And I blame Odegaard for that. I blame Odegaard mostly for this loss, because he was absolutely terrible.
I thought Odegaard was sucked in by Douglas Luiz.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at Saka and Odegaard, and I'm saying they're the two main men who have to step up.
I get it. I hear it.
They're a big part to blame for this loss. If we blame Raya for being 3-0 down last game, we have to look at Saka and Odegaard and say they take the blame. But let's hear from Souls. What's Souls saying? Because Souls has been cooking all day, just been pissed off at every Arsenal fan. Who are you saying? Who are you pissed off at about?
Do you know what it is, man? For me, the reason why I blame the overall performance is, and also, do you know what it is? It's the coaching staff, and I'm going to break it into two. Firstly, I'll talk about the players and the performance. There was a point where sometimes listening to the commentary can actually help you analyze the game slightly better, because they do actually sometimes make a good point. There was a moment where Gabriel Jesus was on the shoulder of the defenders looking to make a run, and Saliba just held the ball, and he didn't play the ball over the top. And I was like, there was opportunities there, like especially Martinelli, release his pace, just play one over the top. The one time we did, he nearly scored. So like, why don't we? It's like one thing works, and we decide, let's not do that again. Let's not do what was working. Let's just go back to what wasn't working, because that's the clever idea. That's the smart thing to do. And that's what I get frustrated with these performances. And that's kind of where it comes to a coaching staff. But when it comes to the players, Bukayo Saka again, like for me, it's not. Yes, his J has been good this season. Yes, he's had assists. Yes, he's had goals. Yes, he's had those stats. But for me, the overall game of his is firstly too predictable. He's not the Saka I've seen last season, and I get it. You can't do that every season. You can't.
He's been better statistically.
I don't care, man. I really don't care. Statistically, Bruno's really good, but I still don't think he's a good footballer. Stats don't mean much to me unless they actually convert into a full 90 minutes. I need to see the 90-minute performances for me to, because for me, what a world-class player is, and what a class player or someone who can break into it is really, it's just stats that if you're just a stat merchant and all you do is get the goal and then for the 90 minutes you're ghosting, that's not a world-class player. I needed Saka today to do something, to make something happen, to have that magic touch that he normally has, but he didn't do that. With Martinelli, everything was good, but the final third, like the final decisions for me, weren't that good. You know, when it comes to Jesus, I understand what you're saying, Egal. I don't think Jesus still does what Jesus does.
Let me ask you a simple question: were we the better team on the day? Because I genuinely believe that.
I think we were. I do. But I think Villa. I think Villa knew that. I think Villa, what Villa were gonna do, they wasn't gonna go man to man on us. When they were a goal up, they was always going to try and sit back and then play counter-attacking football. So it may look like we were going to be the better team, but I think that was planned by Emery and Villa, because every time Emery's played against us since, he's always sat back. He's always sat back and tried to, even with the substitutions he made, he took off their right back and left back and brought defensive substitutions. He didn't make any attacking one. So yeah, that's why like we can look at it and say like Arsenal looked a better team, because we were allowed so many touches in their box, so many chances in their half. But defensively, unlocking enough.
Let me just read the super chat and I'll bring it back to Souls. Honestly, we missed our chances. VAR and referees, not new. I hear you, Pete. But man, let me know. What did you guys think? Everyone in the comment section. Do you think Arsenal were the better team than Aston Villa today? Or honestly, it doesn't matter if we were the better team or not. But I'm just asking you guys because I keep hearing people talking about the performance. I thought the performance was good. Is it harsh to say that I thought the performance was good? We just couldn't finish our dinner. Is that wrong?
Yeah.
No,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
You're half right in that we just couldn't complete our chances.
What are you saying?
For me, I think we didn't have a good performance. I think Villa, because there's two ways to look at football. There's one, yes, the attacking side of our game, yes, the way we dominated, but they got their goal. They didn't need to attack us. They didn't need to open up. They didn't need to have no safety. And that's part of football. Being able to not let concede when you're defending for 90 minutes is also an art that people forget about.
Yeah.
We've got the famous song 1-0 to the Arsenal. We can't then go, okay, we go 1-0 up against Man City, let's say in the first 5 minutes, and then defend the entire 90 and go, nah, City had a better game. No, we did what we needed to do. Look,
true.
we don't know what Emery's plan was. I'm not saying Emery had a masterclass, by the way, but what I'm saying to you is Emery might have said to the players, look, go 1-0 up. We know if we open up for too long, we're getting ripped. We're getting shredded here. Because we did that to PSV. We've done that to the likes of Bournemouth. We have done that to teams who want to attack us. So they said, 5 minutes in, gotta go, let's defend. Cool. So that's why I say, from their perspective, they had a good performance. They did exactly what they wanted to do. If we had finished our chances, we did what we needed to do. That's why I'll say, you know what? Fair play to Villa. They had the better performance in some instances. And in some instances, we dominated, but it resulted in nothing. Their defensive work got them the win.
Let me ask you this, I want to compare it to the Newcastle game, because the Newcastle game where we lost 1-0, I didn't think we added anything offensively. I thought we were so flat going forward.
Barely any chances in that game.
We created nothing in that game. But I still felt like we didn't deserve to lose that game because we were good defensively. I felt like this was more of a game that we deserved to win more than the Newcastle one. That performance today was a lot better than the one against Newcastle. And I do understand.
We had 2 disallowed goals in this game too. But rightfully so, one of them. But it is what it is.
I saw someone put a comment in that if Saka wasn't offside, he would have basically scored. But even if he did score, we'd still talk about.
What about Martinelli? He chipped the keeper.
He didn't have a good performance at all.
Yeah.
Martinelli chipped the keeper, cleared off the line. This is small margins, guys. We've won games like this before. Even though we've had similar performances and won. I get it, Souls, that you're upset. But let's just do a quick thought through memory lane. Looking at some of our performances this season. Yes, we lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, but you look at the 2-1 win against Wolves. It was close at the end. The Brentford game, 1-0. We got what we needed at the end. We've been grinding out results. It's not a situation where this is showing that we are bad and this is our whole season's been terrible. And I'm not looking at all these performances throughout the calendar year and saying, look at this. We only beat Nottingham Forest by 1. We only beat Palace by 1. We only beat Everton by 1. We only beat Brentford by 1. In these games that we won by 1 goal, people were upset that we won by 1, but we lost by 1 today. And people are saying we've had a good performance. Is that ridiculous to say? We've created more chances in this 1-0 loss than we did in 90% of these close games. It's just unfortunate.
I think Fulham.
There's a big difference when you get the job done and when you don't.
I hear you. But the overall chance creation was what we've been saying is the problem.
There's two ways to look at football. Great defending. You talk about more margins. Carlos off the line twice. That's why I say football isn't just looking at it from our perspective. We can look at it from them and go, you know what, they defended really well.
No, they defended well, to be fair. Newcastle defenders played well against us.
Let me ask you a question. The game that we played against Man City, were we the better team for the 90?
No,
I thought it was an even game until the
goal. But I wouldn't say we were so much better.
We were not the better team. We got the result. I was sitting there after the game and I'm saying, you know what, we did what we had to do.
Exactly. Villa did what they needed to do. That's why I say
I get
Now
that.
they're entitled to celebrate their win as much as we
There,
were as a team.
everyone is, but I'm just not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna write off the rest of the season. Souls, Liverpool's first in the
Yeah.
table. We're
Did
1
I
point behind.
write off the season? All I'm saying to us is this: if we're going to continuously blame VAR and not actually just look within ourselves sometimes and go, do you know what? Yes, okay, VAR has screwed us over. It screws everyone over, by the way. It's not just us that it screws over. You know, sometimes you get some, sometimes you don't. Right? That's how I see VAR. It's very inconsistent, but it does work in our favor as well. And we don't remember the times it does, because when it went in our favor, who cares? But we will remember every time it didn't. If we want to win the league, we need to stop blaming the refs and look within ourselves and go, actually, where did we go wrong? That's how you become a better team. Man City aren't going to sit there, and I get it. People are going to say, well, VAR favors them, whatever. But Man City will be critical. Pep will drop players. You know, he's dropped KDB. He's dropped the likes of, you know, Gundogan for games, just rotated them. Bernardo Silva doesn't play every game. Maybe this season due to injuries. We need to become more ruthless. I get it. Our squad depth isn't comparable to Man City, but we need to have more ideas. Today, for example, why did it take to the 70th minute to bring Trossard on? Why didn't, instead of taking Jesus off, bring Eddie Nketiah on and take a defender off? You know, there was no experimentals. There was no more like the 3-5-2 that we used to go to. There was none of that today. There was nothing like, okay, this hasn't really worked. Let me try 2 attackers. Let me overload that box. That's the problem I have is, yes, we can blame the attackers. There was 2-way today. The coaching wasn't good enough in terms of substitution and game management because we didn't switch it. We didn't try something more attacking. We didn't try and go, you know what, let's throw everything at it and get a win. We're losing anyway. So that's overall what I'm kind of getting concerned with. Is if we're asking the same types of questions every week, we're not improving. We're just staying the same. And for me, we've got to get it over the line. We're in a prime position where Man City don't look as good. Yes, Liverpool are looking on form. Get it done. Change
Liverpool
things
didn't
up.
even look good today, to be honest. I thought
Yeah, they
No,
got
they
lucky
don't.
with that
Like,
Palace
it's the
win.
first
In
game where I
that
say, yeah,
they
but we
literally had an injured goalkeeper to play against. No, sorry.
and then the red card changed it all for them. And then
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm not gonna say Souls is not wrong. Souls, you are right in the sense that we have to look internally, but you have to understand with the emotions of the game. A lot of us are gonna look back at these 2 games again that we've lost and say there is a little bit of an asterisk over the losses, and you can feel somewhat aggrieved over the losses. We haven't been beat comprehensively in any of these games, in my opinion. So
there's not been a game where we've been outplayed by the opposition this season. Yet we're still like in a situation where we've lost 2 games that we shouldn't have. We've drawn. Like, there's not been a game where I look at it and be like, oh yeah, we could have lost that game.
let me just show you guys what some of the players said, and let me know if you guys disagree. So Martin Odegaard said, he wants heads to remain held high. He said, I thought we were the better team. Martin Odegaard, after the game, talking about the game, he said, I think we didn't deserve to lose. At the same time, we could have done better. Martin Odegaard assessed, he said, especially with the first goal, we gave them an easy goal, a bit sloppy for the first goal, annoying, frustrating. And then he went on to speak about the chance that obviously he missed, and he's blaming himself for the loss, honestly.
Yeah, it's good to see him take responsibility, innit? That's the one thing that I like, is when they hold themselves accountable for their mistakes. And
Mikel Arteta on the result. Very disappointed with the result, especially the way that we played. I think we deserved much more. I thought we were the better team. We haven't seen a team do what Villa did today since we were here in February. It wasn't enough to win because we were lackluster. We lacked accuracy in the opponent's box and put the ball in the back of the net. The amount of substitutions with the amount of
that we generated,
situations that we were granted. There you go. And then he spoke about Douglas Luiz's challenge on VAR. Clear and obvious. But that is what I mean.
Yeah, he's getting a ban for that. He's getting a ban or a fine for saying that.
That's the thing. Like, I saw his interview on Sky Sports, right? And the lady was trying to get him to answer the question. He's like, I can't say anything. And then he was like, I think exact. And the problem is, this is why
it is a clear and obvious error.
They're trying to egg him on.
It's a clear and obvious error, but I don't think he said anything ridiculous. He just says
no. But this is the thing. Like, This is why I get so angry with the referee in the FA and PGML, because when we actually call it out and we criticize, we get treated like we're a bunch of idiots, that we're so bad for saying it. But De Zerbi, he'll criticize the referee, say he doesn't like 80% of them. Nothing happens to him. So we have a right as Arsenal fans to feel
They
aggrieved.
asked him if Villa are title contenders. Anyone that can win that amount of games in a row in hand to us and merit win every week, certainly they are right now. Interesting. So he's putting Villa in the title contention right now. How many points do Villa have?
I mean, they should be in the title contending conversation
point
because they're only
behind us.
1 point off of us.
They're 1 point off us. How many points are they ahead
They're
of
1 point off us. I'm pretty sure.
That'll be 5 points ahead of City.
What else did he say?
Yeah, literally 1 point.
Mikel Arteta also said Arsenal Arteta rused the missed opportunities. You see, first thing he didn't do is talk about referees. He spoke about internally. So Souls, you must like that. That's the mentality of the manager.
That's my mentality. So I like the fact that he wants to do that, because it's easy to blame the refs, but if you're not going to look internally, we're never going to improve.
Yeah, that's the first thing he did. He spoke about missed opportunities at Villa. He didn't speak about referees as the first thing. So
Bro, Arteta was fuming with that performance in that before the full time when he literally stormed off. He's fucking fuming.
No, but he wants
what's funny?
that's
Someone
why,
put a
'cause he
video
wants
of
to come
the
down and
all or
speak to
nothing and said that if you lose your defensive duels, you get a 5k fine. All these players are getting bankrupted. I tell you, fine.
Yeah.
What did he say? If you lose the ball in the
I think it's something like that. Yeah. If you get beat by your player or something, you get a 5k.
No. It was if you lose a duel, I think.
Yeah, if you lose a duel, he's upset.
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. Liverpool. What the fudge?
I don't get why there is so much overreaction on this game. We've lost 2 times this season, right? Man City have lost have lost 3 times and drawn 3 games, and they're supposed to be the title-winning team. I'm just saying.
No, but the thing is, if they beat Luton, they'll be 3 points behind us in 4th.
I get that.
I'm telling you right now, if we were in Man City,
reaction because we know Man City have been poor. Everyone's been calling it out. Even the City fans themselves are calling it out. The reality is that when we have a bad performance, we're not I'm not saying today was like a terrible. For me, it wasn't a good enough performance, and we're not willing to call it out. Our first instinct every time we lose is to call VAR, right? Whether it's right
because
or wrong,
bro, the 2 games that we lost.
It's too about Souls. If it was the first time, then I understand it. But where it's been so many times this season and last season,
the consistency against
Look. I'll be fair, right? The Newcastle one, I kind of understood it. Today, there was bigger problems than VAR. That's how I see it, and that's why I'd rather.
No, I understand that. I don't agree though.
The 2 times we've lost this season, I can show
but
you.
today's not because of VAR though.
Today was
the bigger problem was we didn't take our chances. That's our bigger problem.
Bro, today and last game, you could sum it up with 2 pictures, in my opinion. Sum it up.
So what? That's 1-1. We still draw the game. It doesn't matter. The reality is, if we don't take our chances, we ain't gonna win the games anyway.
The players were responsible, but they want the sole responsibility. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, they are the sole responsibility.
You want to know something, Souls? These 2 games with these decisions, we would be still undefeated. I'm not saying we would lose the game, but at least we don't. We don't.
If we take our chances,
I'm not saying we're going to win the game, but minimum
we take our chances, we win. It's as simple as that.
Bro, what chance did we have against Newcastle?
There were more chances, than there were VAR decision.
What chance did we have against Newcastle?
Like I said,
the Newcastle performance was worse than today.
I said it. Well, what did I just say? This is what I mean. You're not listening to the entire point I made. I said against Newcastle, I understand blaming VAR because that was actually a bad call. Today, we had bigger problems than VAR. We couldn't finish our dinner. That's what I've just said. So I'm not saying the Newcastle game. Forget that. We know that was VAR's fault. But today, it was bigger than that because we had more than enough chances. We didn't take them.
Okay, let's get into some of these performances. I thought Ray had a good performance. What do you guys think?
Average 6 out of 10, really.
Yeah, like he was.
No. If it wasn't for him,
he made some good saves.
4-0. I give him 7 or 8.
He made some good saves, but I still think he could have, like, say if that was an Alisson or an Edison, they might make that save. they could make that save because
No, Edison ain't
was,
making
it
that
was
save.
quite
He ain't a
close.
good shot stopper. Let's not big up.
Yeah,
Edison's distribution is why he's so good.
People saying victim mentality.
But-
you get a decision against you, you're gonna be pissed off too. I don't get why people are trying to baby.
The thing is, the reason why they say that, Egal, yeah, is because the amount of times the other Arsenal fans have commented when Tottenham or any other team have lost and took the piss. That's why. Because we can't just sit there and say, oh, it's always when we, as the fan base, as an Arsenal fan, sometimes do it ourselves. So I understand it, but the referees are just the worst. It's just the worst. But I get Solskjaer's point because. At the end of the day, if Saka scores that first chance that we have is to slice it to the corner flag, the goal never happened. Yeah.
What are we saying? Zinchenko. You guys rate
also.
Zinchenko. I'm not giving him a rating lower than a 3. But what do you guys think?
Zinchenko was good.
I thought offensively.
No, he gets cooked too many times, man. That guy, I don't understand.
He does get cooked.
Can I make my point about it?
Zinchenko, I'm not giving him a bad rating. I just think overall we're gonna look at the goal that was conceded, but I don't know. Talk to me.
Let me say it. Let me say this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be as fair as possible on Zinchenko. For me, I give him a 5 out of 10 because on one hand, I thought his passing offensively and his passes in behind the defense that were very good.
His ground rules defensively too, he did good.
But defensively, the amount of time Bailey had him on post, it's a worry. I get why. He's a left back for us where he's very good offensively, but defensively, he's as bad as Andre Santos at Arsenal, bro. That's my problem with him. So I can't really sit there and say he done really well when he was part of responsibility for guys in the goal.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we come here and we give somebody 0 because they had a part to play with the goal conceded. I just don't think he deserves a 0 or very, very high.
That's why I say 5 or 4.
That's why he gets a 3.
3 or a 4, yeah. Like he doesn't deserve like a big rating.
All right. Let's go to Ben White. Ben White just gets a little bit better than Zinchenko. That whole right side was useless today. I don't know about you guys.
No,
I'm not really sure if he was better than Zinchenko because
I don't think he was.
No, I think it's fair. I don't think he done anything offensively.
Well,
I think some of the passes he made were wayward. Some of the clearances,
I think the only good defender on the day today was Saliba. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and he made that one
out of the whole back line. Saliba gets a 7. Everybody else gets below a 5.
Yeah.
I didn't think Gabriel was too bad against Watkins.
No, Gabriel gets a 5.
I thought we done all right against Watkins, to be honest. We kept him fairly quiet. Can't lie to you.
I didn't even know Watkins was on the pitch. I can't lie.
So, yeah, that's why I think Gabriel is
I don't know about you guys, but when Gabriel got dispossessed that one time, I was kind of worried.
I give Gabriel 6 and Saliba.
No, remember when he got dispossessed that one time? I was kind of worried. Luckily, we got ourselves out of that situation, but hey, it is what it is. He made some good passes into the final third, but now let's get into the midfield. So we've given Raya a 7. We've given Zinchenko a 3. We've given Ben White a 4. We've given Gabriel Magalhaes a 5 and Saliba a 7. Correct?
Yeah, I can live with that.
Okay. Kai Havertz deserves a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 in my opinion.
Yeah, he gets one of the higher ratings.
Easy. 7.
Best player on the pitch by far. By far the best player.
Possibly an 8 in my opinion.
Best player by far.
You can't get an 8 in a game where we don't.
Yeah, so he gets a 7. He was our best player by far.
Yeah, he gets 7 then.
7. Yeah, I agree with that. 7 out of 10.
He gets a 7.
Only like him and maybe Saliba, the only players who can come out of that game with anything.
Somebody said White was shit. He gets 3 out of 10. He gets a 7. I want to know what everyone thought.
It's good to see Havertz is actually improving though at Arsenal. It's good to see that.
People in the comments, let me know. Yeah, don't let Kai Havertz hear this. He's definitely gonna rip into him.
He's not a bad player. Like he's
Odegaard gets the lowest rating on the team, in my opinion. Odegaard gets. I want to know what people's man of the match is in the comment section. Let me know what your man of the match is. But Odegaard's rating is in the gutter. Odegaard's getting a. I'm gonna give him a 2. No, I'm generous if I give him a 2.
I give him a 1.
He gets a 0, man. He did nothing.
Odegaard.
Yeah, I didn't see him in game, and then other than that miss he made. So
He
He
missed
created one or two chances, but
those 2 chances he missed is gonna hurt, man.
No, but it's not even the 2 chances. It was like the amount of times, right? He just made some too many wayward passes, like way too overhit, way too like it was just not good today from
It's
him.
lackluster today.
and like there was one other City he had as well. With him. I think he just fired it so wide and so over. I was like, what the fuck, fam? It's like usually him, but
Today, Martin Odegaard did not have his shooting boots on. He was not proper. He was not playing good.
That's when we
I
knew
think
like
2 or 3 is
PSR
a
and
fair
Fabio
goal.
Vieira because it would have just been nice to have those options off the bench. Right?
Yeah.
But
What are you saying, Matt?
Who, me?
Matt.
For who? For who? Sorry.
Odegaard.
Odegaard.
Odegaard 1.
Declan Rice. He was
5.
the only person in that
This is the first time,
midfield.
yeah, I'm giving him a 5.
I'll probably give him a 6.
I thought he was really good.
I
I'm by myself here.
won't give him the
First
same
half
rating. as
he
Declan
Kai
Rice
Havertz.
was the only guy.
No,
certain
first half
points
he
of the
was.
game.
Yeah, but you can't give him
holding
the same
everything
rating as
together.
Kai Havertz.
No. First half he wasn't good. Let's be real. Declan Rice wasn't that good in the first half.
He was
Second
okay.
half he started growing into the game, but he wasn't good in the first.
Yeah,
I
5.
thought, remember when everyone had the bad touches? He was one of the
Yeah,
people.
but he
who
was one of
only-
them. He
He
had a
was one
few
of the people who were the only
But
people
in
who
Declan
holding
Rice's
onto the
standards
ball.
this season, he looked average. He did.
Yeah.
He looked average that game.
Yeah.
Based on
Alright.
his standards, yes. But
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
out
No,
of the
but
bad
that's how
bunch,
you rate players, man. You have to rate them on their standards.
Yeah.
He was a
So,
5.
I'll
to
give
do
him a
that,
5. A
based
5
on his
for-
standard, it is a
Nah, I
5.
wouldn't say
It's an
a
average
5.
game.
I'd probably say a 6 is a fair rating for Declan Rice.
Nah,
because
Yeah, but
in the
but
first
no,
half,
but
if
like
we're gonna do
we're
it,
still giving him
we're gonna
like
do
let
it
me
based
say
on-
yeah.
if we're
A
gonna do it
5 is
based on
because
if we're gonna
everyone
do it
else has
based
been
on
given a
best-
4 bus and either a 4 or lower. So 5 is a good result compared to the rest of the players.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't think anyone else is getting better than a 5 for the attack. Martinelli
Oh,
4, Jesus 4, Saka 2. That's me. What do you guys
Do
think?
you think Jesus was that bad then?
Jesus
Nah.
is not a Jesus did not
He was
have an
below
average.
average today, I'll be honest. Like, from
Jesus
his,
had a Jesus and Martinelli both had a below average. Martinelli, he chipped the guy instead of just go around him.
I mean, other than that, I don't think Martinelli did too much wrong in that he was making brilliant.
Yeah, but
runs.
the end product
No
has to
one was
improve.
passing
yeah,
it
it was
to
more
him.
end
Like,
product. He
Odegaard
did
The
was
end
bad.
product has been bad this
He
season.
beat,
I'm
he
not
beat
gonna
his
lie.
man perfect, ran past his man perfect, but then it was the final decisions that he made that were a bit like,
Yeah.
well, what were you thinking here?
It's not like he's at like let's say
That's why I say 4 is fair because it is below average. That everything was good, but that if that final product was a bit better, like remember if he had like what Kai Havertz did, where he made 2-3 clear cut opportunities to score,
yeah,
then you could be like, all right, fair enough, that's a 5-6. But
yeah,
it wasn't
I
really.
agree with that. I think a 4 is a fair. Yeah, I think Saka is a 3 or a 3 himself. To be honest, I think Jesus was just the best of the attackers. That's why I think maybe a 5. But I get it. I get it. Get your opinion. I'm so angry, man. I'm so angry.
It is,
Hard
what
to
it
lose.
is, guys. It is what it is at this point. It's frustrating. It's annoying. We lost the game. I'm giving all those guys average rating, below average ratings. And then Trossard, Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson. I'm not even going to rate Reece Nelson. Eddie Nketiah, not even going to rate him. Trossard, he gets 5. Or actually, yeah. What did he do? He was on for 20 minutes. What did he do? Did he do anything?
Who's this?
Trossard.
He's out of form, man. He's out
He
of
didn't do
form.
much, did he?
He's out
He
of
didn't do
form.
nothing. So he's gonna get a 4, and that's it. Like it's a bad day at the office. Absolutely fuming, pissed off. Souls, do you really think we've lost it off the back
Lost
of this
what?
draw? Like, calm down.
Lost what?
You're thinking we've
No.
lost.
I said if the players had the mentality that the fans have and start blaming VAR and saying, "Oh no, we can't win the league because of VAR. We can't win this game because of VAR," then we lose the league. We need to just have the mentality.
No
We can't
No one's
let
saying
the
the players
referees.
have the mentality that they feel like the referees cost us. But guess what? They have the mentality where we should have won the game.
Yeah,
And-
but I
and-
don't think we should have won the game. Did we take our chances to win the game? No.
That's what they
If we
mean.
don't take your chances,
We
we
had
don't
the
win.
chances. We had the chances. to win this
Sometimes
game.
football is as stupid and binary as take your chances, score your goals, and you win the game.
This is the
didn't
mentality
do
from the
that.
players from the quotes that we're
Yeah.
hearing. This is the
No,
mentality.
that's why I like that.
One
Did I
second,
get
let me
onto
land.
Arteta?
The mentality from the players is we should have won this game. We played better, but our chances that we missed cost us. Odegaard said, "I cost us." So
Yeah, I think the players will take responsibility for it, though.
I think
Like,
Odegaard's
this
being
is
real.
why the players have improved so much considering previous seasons. Because back then, under Unai Emery, or the first time Arteta came in, players didn't take responsibility for their downfall. The players like Mustafis and the Jenkinsons and whatnot, they would never take responsibility. That's why a lot of those players like Özil and Aubameyang left. Nowadays, you see our players have improved and they take responsibility for why we've played bad. So that's why we kept on improving, because we apply ourselves and learning while we've won and we've lost. We should be learning from the mistakes we made in our wins, like we did against Luton with the goals we conceded. Fair enough. I
The
get it.
next 4 games before January are tough.
yeah.
Let's go see these. Guys, what do you guys
Yeah,
think we can
Brighton,
get?
Liverpool, West Ham, and someone else, is it?
I want Arsenal to annihilate Brighton. We can't be losing that game. We can't be losing that
So,
game.
the reason why I see a little bit of a meltdown, we have a meaningless Champions League game midweek. We've already qualified.
I hope to see a fully rotated 11. I just don't
Bro,
care.
just play the fringe players and a few
Yeah.
youngsters. I don't
This
want
is-
to
this
see
is-
any first teamers.
Do you think he plays Ramsdale and Cedric?
No,
should.
not Cedric. I think he plays.
I rather rule out
Randall
Waters.
Pick
Wilson.
up Andy. Andy for the super chat. This is a tough run, guys.
I think.
Now, West Ham at home, we always win. We always beat West Ham at home.
Yeah.
Fulham away, we always win. We
No,
should
but
beat
Brighton are a bogey team. They
Oh,
always beat
Brighton.
us.
Yeah, but if we're serious about winning the league, we win that game. We can't be. We got to play with a lot of vengeance in that
Well,
game.
we said that about Aston Villa.
Who would you play at right back in the PSV game?
I
Raw
don't care.
Waters.
Play whoever you want. Get someone from the
Raw
crowd.
Waters.
I wouldn't play Cedric. I mean, what's he?
Yeah,
fucking
you know,
done?
they like to do their
What's he
ballots,
done
right?
that an academy player in Waters hasn't done? Like Cedric hasn't done anything.
I don't care.
Like,
Do ballots.
I'd rather give that opportunity.
Have
to a
raffle
player
tickets and pick a player from there. I really don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see any of our main players playing. And that includes Tommy Asu. That includes I just don't want to see anyone who can play any of these games coming up doesn't need to play this game.
What about
Tommy
Thomas
Assey's out
Partey?
for a while, man.
What
He's
about
going to be out
Thomas
till
Partey?
January.
Just to get some game time.
Who's that again? Sorry?
Partey's out till January.
Thomas Partey.
Thomas
Partey's
Partey's
not
fit,
back yet, bro.
He could be back. I've been told he could be back.
though. Oh no, then
And
fuck it.
he-
Don't play him.
He
We don't need
could
to
make
play
a
him.
bench appearance on
No,
Tuesday.
we don't
Bro,
need to play him.
If you play him against a PSV and he gets injured and he's done for the season,
Nah,
that's-
you gotta give. If he comes back, you give him like 5-10 minutes. That's it.
bro.
No more
If
than that.
Partey's
Yeah,
back,
like he
One
gets
second.
a bench appearance.
guys, if Partey's back, he doesn't start. He's a
No,
rotation.
definitely not. Because
But
we
then
need him back fit, like fully,
yeah.
like
But then he
sharp.
comes back rusty for the Brighton game. Or
Bro, Partey comes in as a sub. He doesn't start for Arsenal at this moment in time.
Yeah,
we don't
man. I'd
need
give like for
We've
the
seen Partey come back from injury and be extremely rusty when we needed him. You think bringing him back in and making him a starter will make sense? I don't think
I
so.
don't think he starts against
That's fair.
Brighton, even if we played him against PSV personally. So
Hmm.
No, who do you
Like,
drop? The only player you can drop right now is Odegaard. Well, he's not going to do that. That's his captain.
Yeah, you can't drop.
Yeah, you
Odegaard.
can't drop
We've
Odegaard.
got no creativity whatsoever.
I think Odegaard is still like feeling some effects from the injury. I don't know about you guys.
No,
I
Well,
don't-
then don't play him, innit? Then that's a coaching problem.
yeah, but to be fair, we have rest. He has had rest during the international break as
Guys,
well.
we just need to survive these next four. We just need to survive these next 3 games. Minimum 7 points. from these
Goldbridge
next-
said something quite interesting in that he's always said Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard won't work. But
Who?
They're
I just
working.
disagree with that. I just disagree with that because I think Havertz he's evolving into this Arsenal team, and it's working. It's working slowly because I'm seeing what Havertz is now doing along with Rice and along with Odegaard, and we saw that in the Wolves game. Brilliant. Like,
Yeah, we're not getting Joshua
I can
Kimmich.
see it
bro.
more.
I'm sorry.
He'll keep improving, man. And that's the one
Yeah.
positive I have is that Havertz is starting to prove his price tag.
Chelsea fans are crying right now because Havertz, like,
They don't
he's
care.
actually playing well. Not, scoring, but he's actually playing well.
He's a good player, man. He'll
You know
get
what,
there.
guys? We're gonna have to wrap it up here. Kind of have a headache today. But yeah, Souls, I get it. You're upset. You're upset about the result, but I feel like once you calm down and we have a conversation next week after we beat Brighton, hopefully you'll be in a better mood.
What am I upset about? What did I say? What did you get? I don't know what you got from this conversation. What
I feel like I got from this conversation is that you feel like if you feel like the fan base.
I called the fan base a bunch of losers. I didn't call our players a bunch of losers.
I feel like you're.
I feel like we've been. I feel like I get why Souls is feeling that way because I've had that similar thought process with games, but where it's one too many times, man, something has to change. And
wait, wait? I'm so confused. What did you've not listened to anything I've said? You're too rattled today. You've clearly what have I said? I don't say we're not going to win the league. I've said
the mentality of the players and the fans could cost us the league.
No, I said if the players had the mentality the fans have, we lose the league. That's what I'm hoping they don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Have that mentality because, I mean,
I'm not saying
they understand
I was just making a general point. If they sit there and start blaming VAR like the fans are doing right now, we lose the league because we need to find a way.
That, though.
No. But I'm not saying that. But what? Again, no one's listening to the point I'm saying. I'm saying if they adopt that mentality, and what I'm trying to say in Cutthroat, we've got to lose a fan base. That's what I'm saying. As harsh as it sounds, that's as simple as what I'm saying.
It's a percentage of the fan base.
I feel that.
If we bottle the league, you're not going to be having people sitting here saying, "Oh, it's a good season. Let's clap for everybody."
No, we will. People are going to be upset. 100%, we will. 100%. Mark my word. The general fan base will sit there and go, "Actually, it was an all right season," because we're not going to really sit there and actually do anything about it. Are we going to ask for change? Are we going to say, you know what, like, have an honest conversation about the process? No.
I don't think. I don't know, man. It's important that we keep evolving, but at the same time, we can't.
Today's Souls turned into Liga now. I love it. It's funny.
We can't just keep tweaking into, thinking the grass is greener on the other side. I still think Arteta is the best man for our job, for our project. So
nobody's saying
we're
that.
not having those honest conversations. Even today, the first thing we wanted to talk about was VAR. We didn't want to talk about the players. We still want to protect the players too much. That's the problem I have.
Bro, we just ripped into all of the players. Did you not?
Yeah, but we literally did talk about the players.
We just ripped all the players.
I've ripped into the players. You guys have ripped into VAR. Let's be real about it.
Bro, we ripped into every player. What are we talking about here?
No, you have not. If you did, that's very tame. Like, I'll be honest. Like, you guys have written more. You definitely talk more vim about VAR and the referees than you have the players.
Of course, because that's out of our control. The players are within our control.
Yeah, exactly. So what we can control is what we need to criticize. We can't control VAR. We can't tell them to do anything.
Oh, this discussion is very funny.
You know what? He's not wrong. But you know what? We'll leave it there. I'm done talking about VAR.
Yep. On to the next. I'm gonna
kind of try to get over it. Maybe by Monday I'll be calm. But for now, I was just fuming. It's after a game, bro. What do you expect? Do you expect us to sit here and be like, "Oh, forget about referees"? When we have two decisions that are controversial.
Let me explain this here, both of you. Let me explain this here. I get Souls is saying we should be performing better. I get it because we're trying to win the Premier League title and we're trying to go for everything in our age. And I feel like it's just even in games that we've won, there's been refereeing decisions and not go our way. So at the same time, we could be angry with these players today, but we've done well with the referee situation we have to be top of the second in the league with the points we have. So yeah, like it is. We gotta go again.
It is what it is, guys. We move on.
Brighton is a big game. We have to win that game because we dropped points at Villa. So we have to beat Brighton and get back the points that we lost. Do you get what I'm saying?
You have a good one, boys.